As you can see, I went a little crazy with perfumes. I went to Macy's. I did a haul. They had their 15% off of fragrances. And so, of course, I had to take advantage of that. But I was a little bit surprised. Even with 15% off, my gosh, the prices of designer fragrances has definitely gone up as opposed to last year. I was really surprised. I stood there with my mouth open after I got, the total cost and had to pay. I was like, oh, ouch. But anyway, I did add 6 new fragrances for my collection. 3 I absolutely love. 2 I'm kind of on the fence with, and 1 I don't like at all. If you want to know what fragrances I got and my honest opinions on these, definitely keep watching. Hello, welcome. My name is Sasha. This is Sasha Scents. On this channel, I do fragrance reviews. So if you enjoy that type of content, or you end up really enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and then hit that bell so you know each time I upload a new fragrance review. Plus, I would love to have you as part of this fragrance family. As I mentioned, I have 6 fragrances that I purchased from Macy's just the other day. And so I've been playing with these a lot to get a feel for what I think of them. So I just kind of quickly smelled them at Macy's and was like, yeah, let's just go for it. And so that's what I did. As I mentioned, 3 I love, absolutely love, 2 on the fence, and 1, I don't like at all. So I'm going to be giving you guys my honest opinion today. So if you enjoy videos with honest opinions, definitely keep watching. I would love to know what new releases you have gotten this year. What do you think about it? Let me know, because I know there's quite a few coming out this year, and I would love to hear from you guys what you got, what you think of it, and all that good stuff. Because the very first fragrance that I want to discuss with you is the My Way Parfum by Giorgio Armani. This did come out this year. This is what the bottle looks like. I think they did a really nice job. It's a lot darker, deeper. You've got this ombre effect where on the top it's more like this pinkish purple, and then it settles down into a darker blue, and then the cap itself is really nice looking. If you like iris, you're in luck. This is definitely loaded with iris. It also has some bergamot oil. This one is very happy, very bright, slightly powdery, so if you like that. It also has this orange flower that's been soaked in like a bitter orange oil. So there's a little bitterness to it, but I find it to be very intriguing. Then as you get into the heart of this, you'll notice the tuberose absolute, but the tuberose is definitely not the star of this show. The iris is. And iris can have a tendency to be very cosmetic-like lipstick. As this deepens, as it warms up on your skin, this is where it becomes my favorite, because you're getting some cedarwood oil, you're getting a really nice bourbon vanilla and white musk. So I would have to say my favorite part is definitely the dry down. You're still going to get that iris, but it's much more toned down. It's that opening for me that's just really like kind of in your face, powdery, makeup, cosmetic-y. And some people absolutely love that. For me, not so much. Like I said, I much prefer the dry down. As far as the performance on this particular fragrance, I would say it has moderate longevity. It's about closer to 6 hours on my skin. It does last longer on the clothes. Projection wise, I would say it's pretty strong. When you first spray it, it's past an arm's length, but then after about half an hour, it starts to get closer to the body. You're still going to get wafts of this throughout the day. People are going to notice this. It's definitely one of those fragrances that's very noticeable. I find it to be very feminine, very pretty. As far as what I would rate this perfume, I would give this one probably a 4 out of 5. I would give it a 5 if the iris wasn't so strong. But I do like it. I am on the fence with this one, though. Like, I like iris in little doses. This one, strong. But anyway, this one is the My Way Parfum by Giorgio Armani. All right, next we have Gucci Bloom Intense by Gucci. I really like what they did with the look of the bottle. I think it's really sleek looking, very classy. This was released this year in 2023. Let's talk about the notes in here. If you like pear, you will like this fragrance. It has a very nice sprayer too. If you look, it's a real fine mist. Now the pear in here is a lot different than your typical juicy, ripe, kind of pear. This is more of a pear that's on the verge of being ripe. It still has some tartness left in it, which is really nice. And then it mixes with a ginger, giving it a slight spiciness. And then you have a citrus accord in the top, which is from the mandarin. As this starts to warm up, you're getting a really nice jasmine absolute, some orange blossom absolute, and then a note called Lady of the Night. I assume it's a flower. Let's hope so. And then in the base, you have some patchouli. So if you enjoy patchouli, you'll definitely pick it up in here. You've got some coconut as well as some crystal moss. Now the coconut I can pick up as it's been on my skin for quite some time. A creaminess starts to develop with this fragrance. So from the opening to the dry down, it is very, very different. This projects really well. This is past an arm's length. It does get closer, but it stays in this really nice bubble around you. After about 3 to 4 hours, it gets really closer to your body. And this is where this creaminess, this slight sweetness comes through. That is my favorite part. It lasts about 6 hours on my skin. So overall, really nice. What would I rate this one? I would definitely give this one a 5 out of 5. And this is the new Gucci Bloom Intense. I love it. All right. Next is Donna Born in Roma Intense Eau de Parfum by Valentino. I broke down to get this one. I have the original Donna Born in Roma, which is one of my favorite designer fragrances. And so I was thrilled to add this one to my collection. I'm going to have to do a side-by-side comparison video for you guys to let you know the differences. But I really like the way that this bottle looks. It's definitely a lot darker, a little bit deeper looking. And the nice thing is this has a cap. The older bottles don't have a cap, and so I like that they added the cap to this. Now this opens with a really nice amber and vanilla. I love that combination. So you're getting this smooth, rich creaminess in the opening right away. It blends really well with a bergamot and a black currant, and the black currant definitely stands out in the opening. As this warms up on your skin, you're getting a trio of jasmine. And then in the base, you're getting a benzoin resin. And this resin helps to really elevate the vanilla throughout this entire experience. So you're really getting a nice dose of vanilla. I should say a steady dose of vanilla through this entire experience. As far as performance-wise, man, this really performs. The projection is very strong. It's definitely past an arm's length. It comes closer to the body, more like an elbow length in this bubble around you. People are going to get wafts of this. It leaves a really nice trail. Now on my skin, this lasts a very, very long time. It actually lasts longer than the original. Such a long, long time on your clothes as well. So great performance. What would I rate this one? I rate this one definitely a 5 out of 5. I just don't know which one I like better, the original or the intense version. I'm still trying to figure out, but I like this one. Again, this was the Donna Born in Roma Intense. All right, next is Angel Elixir Eau de Parfum by Mugler. This also came out this year in 2023. I love the star bottle. This one actually can stand up, which is really, really nice. Some of the other bottles have to lay flat, so I like that this one is definitely a lot different than the original Angel. I do like the original. This has a pink pepper in the opening, and that's pretty much the prominent note. It quickly gets into the heart where they have the traditional, that Mugler, those white florals that they're known for, that DNA. There's some orange blossom absolute. There's also some ylang ylang. And then in the base, you have a really nice vanilla, sandalwood, and amber. And those actually together, combination, are my favorite notes. So that really shines through in the dry down. However, performance-wise, this is a very poor performing fragrance. I was extremely disappointed with this one. I'm talking like 2 hours on my skin and then completely gone. So, and then the smell itself is nice, nothing groundbreaking. It pales in comparison to some of the other fragrances. And it's sad because you take a house such as Mugler, when Thierry Mugler had it, I mean, those fragrances were known for their longevity, their strength, their projection, and then they were bought out and things were reformulated and new fragrances are coming out and they just pale in comparison to the original. And I hate to say that, but that's my opinion on there. As far as what I would rate this particular fragrance, I'm not impressed, honestly. For those of you who absolutely love this one, I don't mean to offend anyone. I give this a 2 out of 5. I don't like it. If I can return it, I definitely will. For me, it doesn't smell right on my skin. It disappears way too quickly. And for the amount of money I paid for this, it's not worth it. I have the Angel Muse. I have the Angel Au Classier from 2022 that I love. This one is just a no-go for me. This was the new Angel Elixir by Mugler. All right, next is Black Opium Le Parfum. I really like the look of this bottle. It's very sleek. It looks really nice. I really like this fragrance, especially how this opens. If you enjoy a pear note, you'll really like this one a lot. It has a really nice, juicy, ripe pear that's sweet, mixes with some mandarin, which is slightly citrusy. And then you're getting a cinnamon, gives it a little bit of spiciness. And just as you're enjoying that, you're brought into the heart, where you're going to notice some very feminine white florals, a little bit of jasmine going on, some orange blossom, and then you get a solar note, which really makes this a bright, kind of a happy type of fragrance. I see this being able to be worn year-round for sure, for most occasions. Makes a great signature scent. And then in the base, this is where you get to enjoy 4 different types of vanilla accords. They're all rich, creamy, smooth, and they mix beautifully with the coffee note. So overall, very nice fragrance. As far as the performance-wise, it projects nicely. It does get a little bit closer to the body, but still you have this nice bubble around you. This one is definitely more on the sweet side. So it's going to be tempting to those around you. You're definitely going to turn some heads. Longevity wise, I get up to about 6 hours on my skin and then a lot longer on the clothes. So no complaints. Does very, very well. Now, for me, I'm on the fence with this one because I have the Black Opium Extreme, which I really, really love, and that's loaded with coffee. The coffee is definitely less in this one. So I am on the fence. I mean, I would say this one seems more like a dessert type of a fragrance that is the main star, and then you have coffee to the side, whereas the extreme one is all about the coffee and a little bit of sweetness, if that makes sense. I'm going to definitely do a comparison video for you guys to give you my opinion on both. But overall, if I had to rate this one, I would give it a 4 out of 5. Really, really nice. And again, this one was the Black Opium Le Parfum. All right, lastly, I have Musk Noir Rose Eau de Parfum by Narciso Rodriguez. I think this came out in 2021. And so this is not a new release. This is literally like catnip of perfumes. This is one of those fragrances that's so addictive. And I like the bottle of this. It's that traditional kind of that rectangular bottle and a nice rich rose colored juice in there. This has a really nice ripe plum. It mixes with a pink pepper, and then you have a slight citrus accord with bergamot. And then as this dries down, this is where it becomes really like feminine, intoxicating. There's a very nice musk that mixes with this syrupy, almost jammy type of rose. And then you get hints of some tuberose. Then in the base is this really rich, smooth, decadent vanilla. So it just brings everything together. As far as performance-wise, I would say this is moderate longevity. It's about 4 to 6 hours on my skin, lasts a little bit longer on the clothes. This is one, it depends. I've heard people say that it lasts only a couple hours on them, and others that say it lasts all day. I guess it just depends on your skin. I'm kind of in between those two, which is fine. Projection-wise, it projects very nicely and then quickly gets closer to the body. This does get pretty close to being a skin scent. It becomes a little more intimate after a few hours, which is nice if you're with your significant other and they're snuggling with you. They're just going to absolutely be breathing you in and loving this fragrance. I think it's very pretty, very, very feminine. I would give this fragrance a 4.5 out of 5. And again, this was the Musk Noir Rose by Narciso Rodriguez. Well, there you have my review of my Macy's perfume haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know what you bought that was released this year, what you think of it. Would you recommend it to me? I love reading your comments, and I certainly appreciate that you've taken time out of your busy day to watch this video. Thank you, and I'll see you guys again real soon.